In this video, let's see how to create this urban plan from Google Earth and Photoshop. You can follow these steps, and by changing a few color combinations, you can create multiple versions of maps for your urban state. Open Google Earth and locate your site or context and click on this icon and select 4K resolution. You can also choose any resolution that you prefer and then click on Save Image. After that, open Photoshop and bring the image inside. Rename the layer into base and apply a black and white adjustment layer. Then using the ellipse tool, hold shift key to draw a circle. This marks the site and its close proximity context. It can be of any radius depending on your study which you are doing. Position it accordingly. Make a new solid color fill layer and make it black. Hide it and duplicate the ellipse layer. Hide one and bring one down for later use. Now rasterize the another ellipse layer. Using the magic wand to select the space inside the circle and click on mask of the solid color layer, and using the brush to paint the mask over the selected area. Bring down the opacity of the solid fill layer. Unhide the ellipse and drag it to the top. I made its opacity as 54, but you can pick any value according to your liking. Now swap the two ellipse layers. Hide the rasterized one and the unrasterized ellipse, change its line type to dashed and its width to 8 to have a sleek look. Then using the marquee tool, trace the outline of the building or any element in your case that you want to highlight. After tracing one building, go to solid color adjustment layer and pick a color you like and click OK. Then change its blending mode to color dots. Now, one small thing before we proceed. Since I already made this urban map 3 times for my Insta Reels, I know which blending mode I like. When you guys are doing this for the first time, just feel free to scroll through all the blending modes to find the one that you like. You can also add few more buildings to the same effect. Using the same marquee tool, I trace the buildings and click on the color fill layers mask, and using the brush tool, you can erase the mask in the selected areas. Make sure the opacity of the brush is 100%. I also traced another building and used a different color to differentiate it. You can use as many colors as you want or as per your diagram needs. Also, don't forget to organize your layers. It's better to work in an organized manner so that when you open your file later, it will be very easy to navigate and you won't mess anything up. After marking up all the buildings using the pen tool, I traced the roads that I wanted to show in my diagram. This can be used to show nearby traffic points or any other factor from your study. I made a copy of this layer and rasterized it. Using the magic wand tool, I selected the whole area and made a new color fill adjustment layer. I am going with a dark red color and its blending mode to screen. Then, using the pen tool, I traced portions I want to mask. After tracing, right click and select make selection, and using the brush tool, you can hide that portion in the mask. After cleaning everything, I felt that the dark red was a little off, so I went back in and tweaked the color a bit. This is the one use case of using color fill adjustment layer. You can tweak the color at any point of time. Then, using the curvature pen tool, I wanted to show some traffic movement in the map. Since I am not depicting any actual data, my lines might not have any sense, but yours will. I also reduced its thickness since it felt too heavy all over the map. I also added few more overlapping lines to make it look complex. You guys don't have to do this if you are following a data. Then I duplicated all the curve layers, grouped one set and merged the other. To get a mild glow around the lines, we can go to filter, then blur, then Gaussian blur. Select a value around 5 to 6. Now in order to have flexibility in changing the color, make these two into a group. Create a new color fill adjustment layer and clip it to this group. So if you change its color, it will automatically change the lines and the glow's color too. Now let's add a subtle grid. I downloaded this grid from Google a long time ago. You can use anything you get. Drag and drop it and duplicate it to cover the whole canvas. Merge the two layers and change its blending mode. Take your time to find which one suits you. You can also play with its opacity to achieve the desired result. I made it into color dots and opacity is 34. Then you can start labeling the elements that you want. I'm going to label them as building 1 and 2 for now. The one thing I recently learned about typography is that the same bland font will look much better if you reduce the gap between the letters. I learned this when we were creating a render series. If you haven't looked at it, I will put the link somewhere here or in the description. Take a look at it after this video. You can also add some drop shadow to make the text more legible and differentiate from the background. I also added some final touches like the big text and the side coordinates and the north point. And make sure different things like symbols and text are of the same height and aligned so that it looks clean. Human eyes can catch imperfections very easily. That's the reason sometimes we feel like, I don't know why, but this CG kind of looks fake. At last, I changed the grid's blending mode to screen and brought it over the black fill layer. Organize layers and work in groups. Color code them if you need to. I also added a small glow to the ellipse layer, the same way we did for the traffic movement. Once everything is done, select all of them and make it as a group. Duplicate the group and merge one of the groups. Then go to filter, then camera raw filter. In the pop-up window, scroll down on the right to effects and add grain. I made it around 40 and hit OK. This is the final result. See you all in the next video.